SBF, bad guy, bad things. Just the whole FTX thing is bad. And what I think none of us really realized, which is kind of scary because there are a lot of smart people in this business.
Hey guys, welcome back to Library of Wealth. Today we have Mark Yusko giving us the damage on the collapse of FTX, as well as how the crypto market is faring with the degree of uncertainty that has been launched over the past few weeks. We know that Sam Bankman-Fried used corruption and his connections at the SEC to move his company's money around virtually undetected for the last 3 years. The level of trust that has been shattered for crypto at this point is unknown, but Yusko believes there are many more to follow in succession of the crash of FTX. We're already starting to see markets in the red, and many analysts believe this is only the tip of the iceberg for what the last few weeks of the year will hold. Let's listen to this interview with Mark Yusko as he gives his reaction to investor sentiment, and after the crash in Bitcoin and the crypto market, what to expect next. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content we do here on this channel. Let's get right into the video.
I don't think people stopped and zoomed out and said, well, wait a second. If everyone is lending to one another and everything is interconnected, that clearly, so we can pick on individual companies for poor risk management, or as you know, the liquidator guy who cleaned up the Enron mess, who's now down in the Bahamas trying to clean up the mess. This is the most egregious example of
that was pretty
poor accounting.
Yeah.
I mean, to say it's worse than Enron is not in terms of size, but just in terms of just no controls, lying, cheating, stealing, bad malfeasance. That's saying something. But so we can point to individual examples, and like we can point to, you know, did BlockFi have too much exposure to a single borrower? You could make that. You know, you could say that's a risk management failure. Could you say that Gemini should have had multiple prime brokers? You could say that. But systemically, I don't think, at least there's no one I know. You know, it's so funny. The Monday morning quarterbacking of this. Oh, I called this. You know, I called this a couple months ago. I've even seen, you know, pretty good evidence of people who actually did say something a few months ago. I had someone say, this person called it a year ago. I'm like, no, they didn't. And you can't take a 20-second snippet of a 20-minute conversation and say, oh, that's where I said it. Absolutely. 100% in venture capital. 100%. If somebody you admire or respect is in the deal, both your level of diligence falls, not for everybody and not every time, but your level of diligence falls because you assume that they did great diligence. And also there's this inclusion thing.
Yeah.
I want to be in that group.
In less than a week, the crypto billionaire SBF went from industry leader to industry villain, lost most of his fortune, and saw his $32 billion company plunge into bankruptcy, as well as become the target of investigations by the SEC and the Justice Department. The empire built by Bankman-Fried was once compared to finance titans JP Morgan and Warren Buffett, but now the damage has rippled across the industry, destabilizing other crypto companies and sowing widespread distrust of the technology.
It's complicated. And this is something that I'm sure I'm wrong, that this isn't the only case of this. But I've been doing this a long time, Michael. I mean, I'm just old. And I don't remember, I really don't. And I'm trying hard to remember a case where an LP gave a fund multiple $100 million. And then the fund turned around and wrote his or her company, a check for hundreds of millions of dollars. It is highly unusual. And it's probably not the only one, but it is definitely highly unusual. And it's a total conflict. And I think it's going to come out that it really is part of the bad stuff that we were talking about last week.
What made you pass?
Valuation.
I'm curious.
Just valuation. Just pure. It was like, there's no there. The first time when it was 8 billion, they were just starting and there was like literally 5 or 6 people and it was like 8 billion, really? No,
Yeah.
No. Then at 16, some really good people came in. And that one, we paused. We actually had a discussion and said, maybe we should look at this, but we were busy with some other things. The 32, that was like the open sea at 13 or 12 and a half or whatever it was. We're just like, NFW. No, that's just dumb. Now, because of that, never met the man, boy, kid, whatever. Never met Caroline, and I will stand on this. Had I ever met that young woman, would have run away. There's no way anyone will convince me that she played well in a meeting with serious financiers. I don't even believe he did. I really don't. That is a absolute red flag, right? When you use terms like guaranteed, no risk, will make
guaranteed.
you whole. Look, here's the thing. As much as I'm struggling here because I think I really do admire CZ. Dan and I were talking about this last night. Like, I think he really is smart. Like, where I don't think SBF is really smart. Now, he went to MIT somehow. Okay, so he's smarter than me, but I don't think he's smart. I really don't. And that's disingenuous since I've never met him, but all the evidence says not really smart. But I think CZ's really smart. They had a $40 million hack 3 years ago, whatever it was. And he dug into his pocket and set up the SAFU fund. Said, I'm guaranteeing this. And when Dan asked him why, he said, the most important thing is trust. If my clients don't trust me and the firm, we cannot survive. You want to be the trusted advisor. Look, this is what JP Morgan did in 1907. Now, it was a little different. He fomented the panic at Knickerbocker Trust. Then he's like, but I will guarantee the banking system. Well, me and my friend John D. Rockefeller, because I don't have all the money.
Johnny
in the
D.
world, Johnny D. Titan. He's called Titan for a reason. I mean, the best businessman, the industry, our collective industry, in the last 12 months, this is a painful thing to say out loud, has vaporized $2 trillion. Okay. Now that's only twice as much as Amazon alone vaporized. Okay. One stock. And when Pomp and Wapner, the judge, were debating the other night on CNBC, and he's like, isn't this irresponsible to put people in crypto? I'm like, Scott, and I actually tweeted him all this. I was like, Scott, you do realize people, right? People that you're talking about protecting lost way more in Amazon than they did in crypto or Bitcoin. Like maybe 2 or 3 times as much. But $2 trillion in a year, think about that. That's like $170 billion with a B a month.
Bankman-Fried's fall has stunned the crypto world, but in recent months, warning signs had emerged that his business empire was in peril and that his ambitions exceeded his grasp, according to many of his colleagues and business partners. When FTX collapsed, Binance CEO CZ initially agreed to buy the exchange and what would have amounted to a bailout. But soon the deal fell through after Binance found problems in the company's financials. This will no doubt go down as one of the largest failures in financial history. What do you think about Mark Yusko's inside story of the fall of FTX and how this will affect Bitcoin and the crypto market? Comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Library of Wealth. We'll see you in the next video.